Welcome back to applelnsider, the channel where we dive into the most iconic tech with a fresh perspective. Today we're bringing you something that blends nostalgia with practicality, the legendary Nokia 3310. This phone is not just a gadget, it's a cultural symbol of durability and simplicity. But how does it hold up today when we look at it feature by feature? Let's break it down in our keynote style. Number 1. Design and build quality. The Nokia 3310 is often described as indestructible, and that reputation didn't come from thin air. When you hold the device, you feel the reassuring weight and sturdiness of a phone built with one priority in mind: durability. Unlike modern smartphones that feature delicate glass backs and metal frames polished to shine but prone to dents and cracks, the 3310 was designed to survive the real world. It has a curved polycarbonate shell, strong enough to absorb falls without shattering, and light enough to carry in your pocket without noticing. This phone doesn't scream premium with glossy finishes or slim bezels, but what it does is promise reliability. Its tactile keypad is a joy to press, giving you that clicky response you miss in today's touchscreen world. Every button is spaced in a way that even without looking, you can type with confidence. That tactile feel gives you a bond with the phone, a sense that it was made to be used endlessly without wear. In short, the design of the Nokia 3310 is a reminder that sometimes, rugged practicality outlasts fleeting trends. It is a phone that wasn't built to show off, but to serve, and serve for years without giving up. Number 2. Display. The Nokia 3310 comes with a small monochrome screen by today's standards, but at the time, it was a game changer. What makes this display unique is not its size or resolution, but its clarity under all conditions. You could stand under the sun at noon and still read every message without glare. The contrast was sharp, the fonts were bold, and every pixel counted because space was limited. Unlike today's oversized displays that drain battery and demand protection, this display was small, practical, and built to last. It did exactly what it needed to do: show your calls, texts, and the occasional game of Snake, without distracting you with unnecessary animations. And perhaps most importantly, this display made you focus on communication. It stripped away distractions, keeping you grounded in the purpose of the phone. Number 3. Performance. Now, performance in the Nokia 3310 era doesn't mean octa-core processors or gigabytes of RAM. Performance here meant efficiency and consistency. Every action on the phone was instantaneous. There was no lag, no delay, no waiting for apps to load. You pressed a button and the response was immediate, almost mechanical. This was the power of simplicity. Its operating system was so light and optimized that the hardware never felt stressed. Sending a text, browsing your contacts, or playing Snake felt smooth every single time. The phone didn't need updates, it didn't crash, and it didn't slow down with age. That is what performance should truly be about: reliability. It may not run social media apps, but it executes its primary purpose, communication, flawlessly. And for many users, that was enough to make it their most trusted device for years. Number 4. Camera. The original Nokia 3310 had no camera at all, which may sound like a drawback in today's world, but it was actually one of its strengths. Without the distraction of capturing photos or videos, the phone was fully focused on communication. People carried cameras for photos, and the phone remained dedicated to calls and texts. This absence also contributed to its legendary battery life and stability, since there was no extra processing burden. However, if we look at the modern re-release of the Nokia 3310, we do get a basic 2-megapixel camera with LED flash. It's not meant to compete with smartphone photography, but it serves as a practical tool for quick snaps, casual captures, and simple memories. It may not give you Instagram-worthy shots, but it reinforces the core philosophy of the 3310: keep it simple, make it functional, and leave the rest behind. Number 5. Battery life. This is where the Nokia 3310 truly becomes a legend. A single charge could last days, even a week depending on your usage. Compare that to today's smartphones that barely make it through a day, and you realize just how efficient this phone was. The reason was simple: low power consumption. The display was small, the software was light, and the hardware wasn't overloaded with tasks. This meant that once you charged your phone, You could go on with your life without the anxiety of carrying power banks or finding sockets. It gave you freedom, and that freedom was priceless. For travelers, workers in remote areas, or anyone who valued reliability, the 3310 was a lifeline. Its standby time was measured in weeks, not hours. This unmatched battery performance is why the 3310 still holds a special place in people's hearts. Number 6. Software and features. The Nokia 3310 wasn't loaded with apps or a customizable interface. Its software was minimal, but brilliantly designed for usability. Navigating the menus was intuitive, with a simple scroll and select system that never confused the user. Features like SMS messaging, call logs, contact storage, and customizable ringtones were all executed perfectly. One of the most iconic features, of course, was Snake, the game that defined mobile gaming for an entire generation. It was simple, addictive, and proof that entertainment didn't need complexity. Other small touches like predictive text input, alarm clocks, and reminder notes made it practical for daily life. Every feature had a purpose, and every feature worked as intended. This minimal but effective software design is something that modern devices could still learn from. Number 7. Value for money. The Nokia 3310 wasn't the cheapest phone of its time, but it offered something much greater than affordability. It offered peace of mind. You weren't just buying a device, you were investing in durability, longevity, and dependability. The phone lasted for years without slowing down, without breaking apart, and without becoming obsolete within months. That level of value is rare in technology, where products are often designed to be replaced quickly. The 3310 stood against that cycle. For many, it was the only phone they needed for a decade, and that is what true value for money means. Even the modern re-release follows this philosophy, offering a simple backup phone at a fraction of the cost of today's flagships. And now, the conclusion. The Nokia 3310 is not just a phone, it is a legacy. It represents a time when technology was built to last, when simplicity was valued over complexity, and when a device truly served its user without demanding constant attention. In today's world of fragile devices and endless notifications, the 3310 feels refreshing, almost revolutionary again. If you want a phone that reminds you of durability, reliability, and focus, then the 3310 deserves your attention. It may not replace your modern smartphone, but as a companion, as a backup, or even as a nostalgic return to basics, it shines in a way that few devices ever have. This is applelnsider, and that was our deep dive into the Nokia 3310, a true legend of mobile history. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more tech stories that matter.